Treme, it's me and my baby. We're all going crazy, bug jumping and having fun.
I loved it. I thought it was really accurate, on point, and you guys did a great job, you know, so I can't wait to see more.
A natural disaster.
A hurricane is.
What hit the Mississippi Gulf Coast was a natural disaster, a hurricane, pure and simple. The flooding of New Orleans was a man-made catastrophe, a federal fuck-up of epic proportions and decades in the making.
Daddy.
We can edit that out, no worries.
The levees were not blown, not in '65, and not 3 months ago. The flood protection system, built by the Army Corps of Engineers, AKA the federal government, failed. And we've been saying for the last 40 years, since Betsy, that it was gonna fail again unless something was done. And guess what? It was not.
Seriously, Daddy, you're gonna stroke out.
No worry.
He's fucking right on, is what he is. He's fucking right on, absolutely. And that's what we have done.
It was a man-made disaster of accurate proportion.
Yeah, and we have done the Magical Misery Tour for 4 years with people trying to help them understand what has happened. And I hope that message gets. I hope that message gets out. I hope that people understand it.
The levees weren't blown. The floodgates failed, the canal walls failed, the pumps failed, all of which were supposedly built to withstand a much greater storm.
Are you suggesting criminal liability?
Absolutely. Find the responsible parties and put them on trial. Corps of Engineers, federal, state, local government, the contractors who use substandard materials, and the goddamn sleazebag politicians that they have in their pockets.
So, given that it's all gone pear-shaped, why should the American taxpayer foot the bill to fix New Orleans? It's going to cost billions.
Well, since when don't nations rebuild their great cities?
For the sake of argument, let's say New Orleans was once a great city.
Are you saying New Orleans is not a great city? A city that lives in the imagination of the world?
I suppose if you're a fan of the music, which has rather seen its day, let's be honest, or the food, a provincial cuisine which many would say is typically American, too fat, too rich, then yes, of course, New Orleans has its advocates. But what about the rest of the country?
Provincial, passe, hate the food, hate the music, hate the city. What the fuck are you doing down here? You fucking limey vulture motherfucker! Going into.
I thought it was moving, touching, beautiful, and accurate. And that's the most important thing, is accurate. America needs to know what happened here. America needs to know that what happened isn't our fault, that we are not imbeciles for living here, and we're not stupid for rebuilding. Even though they did a pretty good job of portraying the flooding right after the flooding, it was still beautiful. It was still New Orleans.